Hello, everyone. This is Walk Hill Bethelite here. And let's talk about one of the problems with marriage amongst Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses have a very simplistic view of marriage many times. I've got a friend who I would consider fairly intelligent, but has bought in to the Jehovah's Witness view that if two people are inexperienced sexually, two people haven't been married before, two people haven't really been in a lot of different relationships, well, then if you get those two Jehovah's Witnesses together, they should be married in 6 months to a year, and everything should work out, because since they're so unexperienced, they don't know what they do and don't like. Therefore, they would not know if they did not like sex with the other person. That is an issue that comes up with Jehovah's Witnesses and dating, because they don't really allow dating, right? Whoever it is that you decide to talk to on a romantic basis, they expect you're going to marry that person, right? As long as the two of them are reading watchtowers, then let me preference that. As long as the two are reading watchtowers and the two aren't very experienced sexually, then when the two get together, they're not going to know if they do or don't like sex with each other. Like, that is the most ridiculous concept I have ever heard. And that concept does not work anywhere else in life. You may not have tried sushi before. You may have never had sushi. Right? But when you try it, you're going to know if you like it or not. You may have never tried certain beverages, but once you try them, you're going to know if you like them or not. In other words, there are things that you can experience for the first time ever and know if you like it or not. So with Jehovah's Witnesses, one of the problems is that marriage and relationships, they're not that cut and dry. They're not that black and white. They're not that simple, where you just need to talk to somebody for 6 months, and then after that, hey, as long as the two of you are both reading watchtowers, you're going to be fine if you get married. No, that's not true. What people find out is that there are various aspects to a person. Not even going into the sexual aspect of it, there's different temperaments that people have. One person may easily get upset. They may get upset easily over the smallest things, and then they erupt. Another person might be the most calm person in the world. They may have come from a calm family, right? Well, once those two people experience something in that marriage that brings that temperament out, that could be a problem if one person goes from 0 to 100 and the other person, they go from 0 to 10. Like, they don't really get that upset. Right? They're going to be communicating on two completely different levels most times. Most situations, one of them is going to be blowing up, and then the other one is going to be calm. That could be a point of contention. That could be something you didn't know about that person within that little Jehovah's Witness 6 months of dating. Right? There's also mental illness. There's mental illnesses, and you're not going to always know that this person has a specific mental illness in a short period of time. Because keep in mind, dating for a Jehovah's Witness is oftentimes chaperoned events, controlled environments. Just watching each other give a comment on a question in a magazine for the Watchtower study. Watching each other pass out magazines going from door to door. These are controlled environments where oftentimes you're not going to see this person really tested by different situations in life. That's a bad thing, to marry somebody and then find out after the fact that this person has got some kind of mental illness or mental hiccup, and you got to figure out how you're going to deal with that. That's not something that was in the Watchtower, right? They like to keep it real simple, right? Jehovah's Witnesses like to present marriage as something that's real simple, right? And it'll just work as long as, the Jehovah's Witness sales pitch. You read Watchtower and Awake magazines, and you read whatever Watchtower Corporation tells you to read. You read all their books and stuff. Then your marriage will work out. You try to read it and you apply it. You got to understand that relationships are complicated. It's not as simple as Jehovah's Witnesses teach. And what that teaching has done is cause people to marry that would have ordinarily never married. It caused people to marry that if they really had time to date, I mean really date, not like Jehovah's Witnesses do, but really date, they would have never gotten married in the beginning, right? So the Jehovah's Witnesses almost trick people into marriage that ordinarily wouldn't have. And let's get into the sexual thing, because I asked my friend who is Jehovah's Witness, grew up Jehovah's Witness, well, how do two people who have never had sex before know that they're sexually compatible? They don't have very much experience. Well, his answer is that because they don't have very much experience, they're going to like whatever. They're going to like sex with each other. They're going to like anything because they're not that experienced. Now, keep in mind, that's not the case with anything else that I'm aware of in life, that the lack of experience means that once you experience something, you're not going to know if you liked it or not. Right? I can't think of too many. You may have never worked. You may have never had a job before. So does that mean apply for anything? Because since you haven't had a job before, that means you're going to like any job you get. No, you're going to end up going someplace working there, and you may not have worked very many places, but you don't like working there. You know if you don't like something. You know if you don't like a certain experience. So sexually, one person's sex drive might be through the roof. They may want to have sex every day, multiple times a day if they can. The other person's sex drive might be super low, where they just aren't into it that much. They may be into it a couple times a week in comparison to their partner. That could be a problem. That could be a problem where neither of them are happy sexually, because one of them just wants to have it a couple times a week, And they think that's fine in their mind. Hey, this is not all about sex. There's so many other things that we can enjoy together. And the other person, they disagree. They're thinking, well, hey, we're married now, so let's have sex all the time. Let's have sex in the morning. Let's have sex. Let's see if we can maybe take a break from work around the same time so we can hurry up and meet up and have sex again. And then let's have sex after work that night also. And let's do that as much as humanly possible because we just all like sex. The two are not going to be happy if their sex drives are completely different. It's not a situation of, well, the two hadn't had sex before, so they're just not gonna know that their sex drives are different, like a Jehovah's Witness would view it. No, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. Not only that, but one person might like rough stuff. You know, one person might like to get in there and get rough. And then the other person may not like that at all. They may take it as, well, hey, you don't care about me. I'm not seeing the love here. You're just wanting to get in there and bang away. You know what I mean? Like, there are so many details and so many things about a person other than have they read their watchtower, right? And are they reading everything Watchtower tells them to read? Because Jehovah's Witnesses think, well, that's the main important thing, right? And that oftentimes that's how you end up with all these divorces and all these unhappy marriages. Really, a divorce amongst Jehovah's Witnesses is very, very probable, because their style of dating is to get married as soon as possible because, oh my goodness, you might accidentally have sex with that person. So get married as soon as possible before you know all these little things about that person. You might be the type of person that likes to work, make your money, put your money in the bank, and build that money up. That might be a major part of your personality. Like, you like to work and watch that money go into that bank account, and you're satisfied with making purchases here and there. Well, what happens when a person like that ends up marrying someone who is the polar opposite? They are an impulse spender. They may go online and they may buy everything. They may purchase everything there is. And they may do this on a regular basis. They may buy a whole bunch of things. They may go on a virtual shopping spree and then get bored with the stuff, toss it out, and then have a shopping spree again. Like, this is something that these two will just never be happy. There's no way. There's no way a person who does not believe in spending money like that is going to be happy with the person running through the bank account. And then there isn't a way a person who believes, well, hey, the only purpose in making this money is to spend it, and their partner don't want to let them buy anything. There are so many details about a person that Watchtower doesn't really tell people to look into. They can't. If they're talking about getting married in a year, I mean, that could happen for some people. Some people may really hit it off. Some people may have so many things in common that they get married in a year, and it may work out. But with Jehovah's Witnesses, oftentimes you're not gonna know how much you have in common, other than that person reads Watchtowers and you read Watchtowers. And as long as they're reading them Watchtowers, everything should just work out, right? Or this concept that the husband is the family head. So that means everything's going to work out because a wife is just going to do whatever you tell her to do. No, that's not oftentimes how that works. That ain't oftentimes how that works. You gonna mess around, you gonna get married to somebody thinking, I don't know very much about her, but she's supposed to be submissive to me and do whatever I want her to do, so it'll just work out. She'll do whatever I tell her and everything will be fine. You gonna mess around and marry a woman who's gonna be telling you all kinds of shut up, telling you to be quiet, telling you she gonna do what she wanna do and she ain't gotta tell you nothing. You gonna tell her, hey, the watchtower says you need to listen to me, and she gonna tell you to shut the hell up? What then? What then? You could have known this about her if you had enough time to really date, really get to know, really spend time, really be around her family, her be around your family. Oftentimes, Jehovah's Witnesses aren't just unhappy because Watchtower deprives them of pretty much anything in life. Talking about the end of the world is around the corner. So you shouldn't really focus on anything but reading what Watchtower Corporation tells them to read, or doing what Watchtower Corporation tells them to do. But you also have a lot of people who are unhappy because they married somebody who's just not like them. They married somebody because they just wanted to have sex. And then they find out that they may not even be that sexually compatible. This person might like to go at it at an angle. This person might like to go at it from different angles and positions. Then the person you married is strictly missionary. Like, they don't like none of that. The one person might like to do it in the kitchen, do it in the bathroom, do it in the bathtub. The person you married might be strictly we doing it in the bedroom. Like, it's more complex. Life is more complex than what Jehovah's Witnesses teach their members that it is. Life is not as simple as I just need to pick up my magazines at the Kingdom Hall and then pass them out and everything's going to be good. No, that's not true. What about career? What about where are you going? What's your future going to be like? Where are you going to work? Do you have the means to be happy with the things that you would like to do? Like, if you like to travel, are you going to be happy with the job you have? Is it going to allow you to travel? Right? Jehovah's Witnesses are oftentimes, they think life is simpler than what it is. These are the most simpleton type people of any religion, because I just don't know. There aren't a whole lot of religions that are as simpletonness as Watchtower is. Like, they are simpletons. Everything will be okay. Just read your Watchtower. We're going to have a meeting. I'll ask you a question. Raise your hand, answer that question, and you're good. You're good to go. After that, you're spiritual and you're happy and you're set. No, that's not true. So, you guys comment down below. Let me know what you think. But Watchtower is the reason so many people have unhappy marriages, or they're married to somebody who, I know you guys can't see me at all, or they're married to somebody who they're just, it's not, they haven't met their match. They haven't met their match. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. Jehovah's Witnesses, they are unhappy marriages are us, man. I mean, I just know so many people who were Jehovah's Witnesses. They got married. The two of them were nice people, but they just didn't really match each other. They didn't really match each other, and you just didn't really see that spark there. That, and you got divorces. Sometimes multiple divorce after divorce after divorce. You know, you don't know this person is an alcoholic until you married them. You know what I mean? And if you had time to really date them, you'd have known. Yeah, they get a hold of them beers, and they're in the car pissing on themselves, and they're sleeping in the car because they can't figure out how to get into the house. They're so pissy drunk. You know what I mean? Those are bad things to find out after you marry somebody. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. This is a really good reason why your family members, your nieces and nephews, people who are in Jehovah's Witnesses, you want to get them out, because they're going to mess around and marry somebody and be super unhappy, and it's going to mess up a very large part of their life, because Watchtower essentially tricks people into marrying other Jehovah's Witnesses. Just don't look inside the closet and see what's back here. Just marry them off what's on the surface, and do they study their Watchtower, right? What that's going to do is really mess up the lives of your loved ones who are in the Jehovah's Witnesses. They end up marrying some weirdo. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. X-Wall Kill Bethelite signing out.